I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On his ranch, man.
This is really sad.
Good evening. Welcome to this week's Chamber Picks. We are in downtown Uvalde, home of the Chamber office, right across from Caddy Corner HEB. But we're also at the home of the Kiwanis Halloween Carnival Parade outside. We have plenty of kids and parking that's being taken up. So
You know where that carnival actually started? That was Benson Elementary. They had the first Halloween carnival back in the day.
I can remember that. A carnival over there.
Yeah,
that's been a while.
That was it.
There's still lots of funnel cakes.
Yeah, look, they're still there. Yeah, there are still lots of funnel cakes outside. So yeah, come on down.
Yeah, nice Columbus hamburgers.
There might be a candy or two left that somebody can throw.
Cakewalk. I bet you they're cakewalking over there.
Yeah.
Moon. We got the Moon.
Mama Jane, is that where you came
from?
Duck walk. Or is this for fun?
No, I came from the carnival.
Yeah, I think we need a little explanation here.
That's her bet payoff.
Since Raggedy Ann's mouth is actually sewn shut, I don't know how I can do this, but
Looks good.
it's good.
Well, certified. Certified looks good.
Looks good.
John Jay signed off on that.
We judged the Good Eggs judged the pumpkin decorating contest, and we have the scariest, the blingiest, the funniest, and the prettiest, and we had great pumpkins. So all you kiddos that brought pumpkins, thank you so much.
Good job.
The Kiwanians and the Good Eggs, thank you so much.
Yeah, I thought it was something maybe that the person leading the across the picks here had to dress up every week. You are the leader.
I've done it,
You
yes.
are the leader.
So I get to tag somebody.
Yeah, you get the ability to tag the next person.
Oh, cool. There just wasn't a lot of time in between.
Well, yeah, this is the 8th week of Chamber Picks, 9th week of Chamber Picks. Yeah, you're right, 9th week of Chamber Picks. And, yeah, of course, Raggedy Ann, Mama Jan Elliott is leading the way. Right behind her, Mr. Nano Tafoya. And then the rest of us great soothsayers up here. So we appreciate y'all being with us tonight. Once again, we want to thank LMG Productions for hosting us. We want to shout out to the Uvalde Leader News. We're working in conjunction with them. We don't have our nice little papers up here with the picks on them, but please play along with us at home. And we do have one. We do have one. Please play along with us at home. And if you're looking at the games, once again, Mr. James Volz does us no favors in giving us any gimmies at all. Let's see. And then I guess we'll plug Lone Star Productions, Lone Star Sports Network, and Coach Miller's podcast show. If you hadn't got a chance to see that, please tune in. It's a 15-minute great listen. It usually comes out Tuesday or Wednesday. I think last week it was done on Wednesday. So it'll be up on the, probably repopulated on the Chamber's, not website, the Facebook page.
Uvalde.org.
Uvalde.org. And that's a great lead-in. Our guest picker tonight is Mr. MJ Miller here from the Chamber office.
The man, the myth, the legend.
I think I will turn over to you the Chamber spill and give us a little update on what's going on with the Chamber. You're kind of decked out and ready to go for next week. So
I'm always here at Chamber Picks, but I'm on the other side of the camera, where I like to be. But we have our great crew over here that's smiling at me, making fun. So shout out to you guys there. All right, so our big event, Hunters Roundup, the 41st annual. We are very excited. We've been working hard with our committee, selling tickets over at Oasis. You can purchase your tickets for the 40-gun monster raffle, an Exile firearm, our Hunters Roundup calendar that's new this year. It's a continuation of Hunters Roundup the whole year long. And lastly is a Bitter Creek deer blind. So
nice.
We have a wild game dinner. We're partnering with the Uvalde 4-H, so all the funds that we'll raise will be going to them. We'll have live music, Drew and the Dance Hall Dreamers, and Uvalde's very own Jerry Almaraz. So we're excited. We're very excited. We're working really hard.
Good deal.
Good job.
Righto.
Yeah.
Just for the few viewers that are watching us now at home, explain the calendar real quick and how it works.
Sure.
Because I think that's a great idea. It's a
No,
neat idea.
100%. So we actually we got the idea from a conference when John and I had traveled out to College Station.
Whoop.
And there it is. I was expecting that. And so we get out there, and what it is it's a calendar where it coincides with the Texas Pick 3 lottery. So you're going to receive 2 numbers. You buy in with your calendar for $100. You get 2 numbers. And every Wednesday, we'll be raffling off a rifle, a hunting rifle. And so it's Hunters Roundup all year long, leading until the 2023 Hunters Roundup event.
Oh,
So we're very
wow.
excited. Very excited.
That's cool.
Yeah. First year that we're doing this, so it's good to try new things, and we're looking forward to it.
Just so they never forget the 100 rounds.
So you never
Think about
forget,
it
yes.
once a week.
Yeah,
Just get
so-
excited for next year.
We definitely want to thank our sponsors for Hunters Roundup. We have our main sponsor, the First State Bank of Uvalde and Briscoe Ranch. Our Emerald sponsors. We have Capital. Let's see if I can remember this off the top of my head. Capital Farm Credit. We have.
It's right there. You can look at it.
Hey, I'm not trying to cheat. But I might. 501 Ranch. We got Holt Cat. I'm gonna have to. We have DKN and of course Visit Uvalde. So thank you to them, because without the sponsors, this wouldn't have been possible. So
All right.
That's great.
Here's where we get started. I forgot our new tradition here. I skipped
All right.
over it.
Yeah,
there.
we're
So
waiting
let's-
over here.
we need to sing us off and get started with our Uvalde flag song here.
Cheers, cheers for Uvalde High. Send all those praises up to the sky. Sing that football down the field. Don't let a Minuteman interfere.
We never stagger, we never fall. We always get there with that football. All you kids from UHS, we're all out to win this game.
I think next time we bring our executive director John Yekel to sing that.
Yes.
I think that'd be awesome.
You live in Uvalde, you need to know the flag song. Well, the Coyotes do have a big game this week. They've got another district game coming off of a hard loss last week, but a big one to stay in the playoff hunt this week over in San Antonio, and we'll get to that game later. But that'll get us to our last regular season game next week. Next week we have homecoming week, and we're going to have a special edition of Chamber Picks. It'll be on Wednesday night too, but the homecoming parade is on Wednesday night this year. We're going to be downtown, on the other side of downtown on Getty Street at the old chamber office. And we're going to broadcast live through the parade and probably have some live look-ins at some floats and some kids coming by. So
Look alive.
Very
it'll be a little different. So yeah, if you can join us next week, we will be 1 hour earlier. That's the one thing. Instead of 7, it'll be 6 o'clock. The parade starts right at 6 o'clock. And of course, ends with the bonfire up at the Honey Bowl after that. So Kyle's got 2 big games coming up, 2 district games, and try to get into the playoffs. So anything else before we get started tonight? All right.
good.
We'll lead it off. We'll start with the NFL. Make sure my list looks like this list. It's always a little backwards.
I'm sorry about that.
All right, we'll go Chicago Bears at the Dallas Cowboys first. Chicago's 3-4. Dallas is 5-2. Dallas is a pretty hefty favorite in this at 9.5 points. Mr. Edwards, we'll start over there.
Yeah, and I'm thinking of the Monkees song. I'm a believer. The Cowboys, their defense is pretty damn good.
Oh,
So I'm gonna go with the Cowboys here. Against the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
Chicago. Yeah, right. I'm going to go Dallas. Still not sold on Dak being back quite yet, and I don't think their offense is worth the paper it's printed on right now, but their defense is. So
That's fair.
let's go Dallas.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the defense, as long as they can contain Fields and slow down that running game, the Bears running game, should be a lock. Dallas by a lot. Don't mess around.
Yeah, it's like 9.5
Yeah,
spread.
that's a
Like,
big spread.
whoa, in the NFL?
Yeah,
Holy smokes.
Yeah, for our resident Bear fan here in Uvalde, Liam Mescue, it doesn't look so good. It really doesn't look so good on this one. It doesn't look so good. So yeah, I think on their offense side, Dallas is being a little protective. They got a pretty easy stretch here, and I think they're trying to protect Dak a little bit and kind of get some things under his feet. So I think hopefully they'll come on too. But yeah, Dallas will win this one.
Looks good for Dallas.
Yeah, obviously I'm going to pick Dallas, but the thing that worries me is Chicago's run game. Because if our defense has a weak link, it's the rushing or the run defense. So they need to score points early. The Cowboys do, because I think the last couple games we scored 3 points in the first half.
Yeah.
But if we get ahead 10 points and force Chicago to pass the ball,
Oh, you never know.
it's going to be easy.
Yeah.
Easy
Get
pickings.
him a third, fourth down,
Yeah.
you know, and make a pass
The
on him.
Cowboys did trade for Hankins. I think he's
Yeah,
like
yes, sir.
6'6", 340, so he ought to help
Yes, sir.
stuff the run a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Jan, are you going to pick the Cowboys this week?
I am going to pick the Cowboys.
Is that Raggedy Jan or is that Jan?
Raggedy Jan. Defense wins games, and
Yes,
you
ma'am.
can't deny their defense. So
There it is.
Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas for me as well. Shout out to, from what I understand and I know, is Dallas's biggest fan, Mr. Soprano Galindo, my uncle. So shout out to him and Dallas all the way.
I think there's two up here that might fight with you a little bit on that.
Yeah, and I think Sonny Garcia might have something to say.
exactly.
Yes.
Gar,
So
you too, Mr. Gar, you too.
I love you.
Well, our next game, we've got the 3-4 Arizona Cardinals at the 5-1 Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota's only a 3.5-point favorite here. Mr. Edwards?
You know, I'm going to have to stick with the ghost of Larry Fitzgerald. I'm riding this pony all the way down. Give me those Cardinals.
Oh.
Well, so my main man Bob up in Dallas, he said go with all the away teams. Man, they're gonna get it. But I look at Arizona's quarterback, and I think, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it. I texted you about it.
Yeah.
I think that kid is a locker room cancer, and I think he's going to cost Cliff Kingsbury his job. To be quite honest with you, because he's selfish, and he's starting. When you yell at your coach on the sideline on national TV,
Yeah, did you see that?
like,
That was
what
nuts,
are you
man.
doing? So, anyway, I remember Cliff being awesome and whipping A&M any chance he got. And so to question that I just hands off of Kyler Murray, anything against him. So let's go Minnesota. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
Wait, no need to apologize.
I'm just
Sorry,
saying,
not
man. It's just,
Tell us what you really feel.
Well,
Would you tell us how you really feel on
Yeah,
this?
no. And then we can get into his dad, Kevin Murray, while he's at A&M. And that's for our podcast.
So I just want to
Late
make
night.
What
trying to make sure you
college
don't like
kid
Kyler
does
Murray, right?
something like that, though. I mean, that's insane.
Mm.
Bad news. Bad form.
Yep.
bad form. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, it'll be an interesting contest. I think Minnesota's playing really good ball right now. I'm going to pick the Vikings on this one.
I couldn't believe how easy Kyler Murray got off on talk radio and talking heads and everything on yelling at his coach on the sideline Sunday. I mean, that just doesn't happen. I couldn't believe that.
Why
And
did
they
he- why did
people
bench
kind of
him?
wrote it off, said, "Oh, they've known each other forever." You know, he recruited him in high school, and then they
Yeah.
played for him in college. You know, it was just. And I was like, I don't care who you are.
No.
You go up on your coach on the sideline.
No.
There's some issues there. So yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota.
If I raise my voice like that, I still look over my shoulder for my dad.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, God, no.
And we all should. Yeah.
Exactly.
Tell you,
That's
Minnesota
the way it
and Arizona, I'm going to say 77% Minnesota.
Oosh. All right.
That's why I picked them.
Yeah, I'm not completely sold on Minnesota. Dalvin Cook is definitely a player, but Cousins is still. I don't know what his primetime record is, but it's very poor.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
I don't know
true.
what time they're playing this game, but anyway, Arizona kind of seems like they're a mess. So Vikings.
I'm just kind of glad the Vikings are back in the picture. I've always liked them. So I'm going with Minnesota.
As am I, Mama Jan. As am I.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, those are we've had one differing opinion on 2 NFL games so far this morning. So yeah, maybe get a little tougher on this game. We've got the 3-4 New England Patriots. They're actually a 2.5 point favorite at the 5-2 New York Jets. So that means a lot of people aren't sold on the Jets yet.
Yep.
So we'll start down there with you, MJ. What do you think?
You know, I have the New York Jets circled. I do, and I was going to ask Mr. Cano. That's from Yahoo Sports, if he had any statistics, but no, I'm going to go with the New York Jets.
I'm going to go with New England. Better defensive coach. Anyway, that's who I'm going with.
Yeah, the Jets are having a great season, but they lost Brees Hall for the season, and he was, tearing it up as a rookie running back. New England, I saw Belichick. It won't announce who the starting quarterback is, and I'm sure that's gamemanship. So New York doesn't know who to get ready for. So coming off a loss, I think Belichick is going to figure out a way to win this game.
Well, New York and New England, I think I'm going to go with New York with 68%.
Yeah, I think you
it's a
hit
good number.
Right. You hit it right there. That and Belichick coming off a loss.
He doesn't like to
that's the
lose.
tough one to me. Yeah,
Division game coming up.
Yeah, I've got New England also.
His body language, did y'all see that? I mean, everything about him was
Everything but smoke coming out of his
screaming.
ears.
Yeah, I think New England's always going to be a threat with Bellatrix. You see, like Nano said, losing Brees Hall. I mean, that's going to be big, but especially with my fantasy team also. Michael Carter, I think though he was their starter last year. He's still there, so I think he'll, cover that loss a little bit. So I'm going to pick the Jets on this one.
I got to go New England as well. I just don't see Belichick losing more than one in a row there. Plus, in my prep, I put the logo, the old school retro logo.
Nice.
And that was way cooler than the Jets logo. So I'm going to go with New England.
Oh, I think that's a game changer. Yes, you're right.
So is
That's what that Jets are going to be thinking that. I'm telling you. They're like, man, those uniforms are so cool.
is Joe Namath still playing for the Jets?
No, he's alive.
If he is, I want to change my pick.
He's doing double AR.
Okay. So yeah, no,
See him on Fox News. He's there.
yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the Jets. I think the game is past Belichick by. He lost little Tommy, and he just can't do it no more. Little Tommy's gone.
That's an awesome impersonation.
Where's little Tommy?
little Tommy's having a little problems of his own right now. So,
Well, it's because he's not with Daddy.
all right. I'm telling you, ESPN should pick this show up. I mean, we got Bradshaw on the beat on Sunday morning.
Oh, man.
Expert analysis. Expert.
Nothing to lose. We have nothing to lose like they do. Big salaries.
You probably have to apologize about 10 times a week.
Oh, that's
I just don't go anywhere.
That's
Stay under the radar, man. Nobody in Montel said squat to me. They don't have TVs in Montel.
All right, our last NFL football game this week, we've got the 2-4 Las Vegas Raiders. They're a 1.5 favorite at the 2-5 New Orleans Saints. MJ?
My nephew's a big Raiders fan, but New Orleans, I got a feeling, man. I got a feeling, and I got to go with the Saints because they're going to come marching in.
he's got a feeling.
Yeah, there it is.
Almost everything we say has music with it, right?
That's right. You gotta have music. It's a musical
I got
show.
a feeling. I just think the rushing and passing yards, Raiders. I'm going with Raiders.
This game's a toss-up.
It is. It's going to be close.
I want to pick New Orleans because they're home, but I just have a feeling the Raiders are going to outscore them.
I tell you what, Vegas and New Orleans, this is what I'm looking at. 59% from Vegas, 41% from New Orleans.
There you go.
So it's going to be close. I'm going to go with Vegas.
Yeah, I think Vegas is probably the best 2-4 football team out there right now. They're better than their record is.
Yeah.
I think New Orleans Saints is playing the quarterback flip flop too, from what I'm reading. I understand. Can't decide on the starter there, and their starter this week's an old Cowboys backup, Andy Dalton. So I'll go with Vegas.
Red Rider. Raiders kind of been disappointing so far with their record. But I think they're going to pull this one out. Raiders over the Saints.
The Raiders. Yeah, the Raiders. I think so too. New Orleans, they kind of have the two quarterback thing going on, like you said. And if you got two quarterbacks, you got no quarterback. And at least Carr, I mean, doing you a favor here for Miss Brooke and her fantasy team, old Derek Carr, you said. So let's go Raiders.
Yeah, you know, going back to Raggedy Jan's musical theme, Viva Las Vegas! Or is it Viva Lost Wages?
that too.
Yeah.
Well, that'll do it for our NFL slate this week. We got 4 games on our college slate. First one, we've got the 7-1 Ole Miss Rebels at the 3-4 Fighting Texas Aggies. Mr. Edwards.
You know, they're going to be there in Kyle Field and who did Ole Miss play last week? They didn't look too spectacular. They get beat by somebody. Anyway,
LSU handed to them in the second half.
Yeah. So gig 'em.
I think we got. This is not a long enough show for me to go through A&M's issues right now. But Ole Miss, I think, is a bit of fool's gold too, and it's a night game at Kyle Field. So let's gig 'em.
Aggies?
Gig 'em.
Just making sure.
No, we did. There's no hottie toddy over here. Yeah, no.
All right. I'm going to go with Ole Miss on this one. They got a pretty decent offense. I know they lost last week, but I know they're going to struggle against this defense. I think they're going to score enough to pull away. I guess. I don't know. Rebels.
Yeah, the only place worse than the Texas message boards last week, I think, was the A&M message boards. If this was just a 3-4 Aggie team playing at home, I'd have to go at night at Kyle Field, but they've got locker room issues, they've got other issues going on. I am hotty-toddy on this one. Give me Ole Miss Rebels.
The good thing about the locker room issues, though, is the true freshmen that are really like they stood up to. I mean, you can't do drugs in the locker room. You know, I'm sorry. That's just and so props to Jimbo for kicking them out, saying you're gone. But the true freshmen that are on the field right now are the ones. So it makes me think that they're galvanizing and they're kind of circling the wagons up and they know what's going on. So
Yes,
they're pretty confident.
Well, Ole Miss, I'm looking at 66%, and Texas A&M at 34%. So Ole Miss.
It's like some of my report cards today.
I see you like my fingers, huh?
Oh, yeah, I'm with you. It takes kidneys, buddy, right here.
There's just too much going on at A&M. You know, outside noise that's not related to the play on the field, and that hasn't been all that great either.
New, offensively, especially.
Ole Miss.
One of the first words I remember learning to spell, MISSISSIPPI. I'm going with Ole Miss.
But can you spell it backwards?
Oh, I can't. I probably could.
IPPISSISS.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm not all chamber. I got something else.
Hey, did you get pulled over a lot as a kid?
You know, so I'm really hoping.
Do the alphabet, right? Oh, God.
I'm really hoping that the 12th man will support and back up the boys, and I'm going with the Aggies all the way, man.
Gig 'em.
Gabe is shaking his head over there.
Gig 'em.
No.
Yeah, your horns look fantastic.
Hey, you know, Sark's probably the best coach in the nation if they play 3 quarters, but, you know, they don't. And, well, Jimbo's probably the best coach in the nation if it's 1982 also, so, you know.
No, I get it. No, but I mean, both of them are
Oh, I
the
believe
best.
me.
That's the high mark for the season because they're both wasted because neither one.
Their seasons are basically
Oh, they're done. They're
from
over.
their expectations
So
are
the
kind
best,
of over.
best
That's the
case
hard
scenario for money paying people is probably we're going to be in the toilet bowl against Texas just so they can drive up revenue before y'all come to the SEC. So that's the bowl game. It's going to be A&M Texas in the toilet bowl.
I hope we both get to that 6 wins because I don't see that. I don't know if that's going to happen right now.
We'll see.
Hey, my Red Raiders are looking better all the time.
No,
Hey.
no, you're not kidding.
Sark hits that 5-win plateau, and then it may get a little difficult to get the next one. So hopefully that's not the case. All right, let's get off A&M and Texas.
Yeah.
That's just depressing me here. Our next college football game. Make sure you're not jumping around on me. You are. You're jumping around on me. All right, is Arkansas is a 3.5-point favorite. They're 4-3 at the Auburn Tigers, which are 3-4. We'll go back down there to Mr. Edwards.
Man, Arkansas is not living up to their preseason expectations. Auburn wasn't supposed to be very good, and they've kind of proven that they aren't.
So they are living up to their preseason expectations.
I'm gonna go with Auburn at home. And is it the War Eagles or the Tigers? Which
The
one?
War
It's
Eagle.
War Eagle.
Tigle.
It's both.
Tigers War.
Tigers,
Eagles.
War Eagles.
Yes.
Tiger Eagles.
Tiger Eagle. You don't. No, they're the Tigers, but
Yeah.
Their mascot is
War
a War
Eagle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's it's a lot. It's like Greek mythology.
It's a liger.
Just multiple. Just morphed into one thing.
My favorite animal is a liger.
I know what Arkansas's mascot is, so I'm gonna go with that because I know a Razorback is a pig.
We know. Suey.
100%.
Suey?
Yeah, 100%. So I think they had a stumble and a really tough stretch, but I think they figured something out. And I do think they're a talented team. And I think they're finally starting to get healthy. So I think Auburn is lacking. So let's go Arkansas.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the backs also. I think they're balanced attack. It's a little bit more balanced than the Auburn Tigers. They've been having trouble scoring all season. So give me the Razorbacks.
Well, actually, my grandfather was a War Eagle. So, yeah, it is kind of confusing. But I remember them talking about it.
DC was
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, he was. But
Direct current.
I think Auburn at 3-4 has worse problems than A&M does at 3-4 right now. I think they're ready to crucify their coach over there. So yeah, give me Arkansas.
Well, I'm going to have to go with you, Mr. Carnes. Arkansas and Auburn. Arkansas.
Yeah, that Auburn coach is it Harsing? Is that him? Yeah, he's a lame duck coach.
Yeah.
I mean, he's any second they're gonna, drop the gauntlet on him.
Sir.
I'm taking Arkansas.
I'm taking the Razorbacks.
Arkansas.
All right, our next college game is the Notre Dame Fighting Irish at 4-3, and they're visiting the Syracuse Orange at 6-1, and Syracuse is a 2.5-point favorite here. Mr. Miller.
So as much as I love the Notre Dame fight song for
Yeah.
Lee Valley,
Yes, sir.
Fighting Irish, I'm going with Syracuse. I am.
I am the Fighting Irish, but I'm going to have to go with Syracuse also.
Tough loss for Syracuse last week. It looked like they had Clemson
Almost.
right where they wanted them, but Dabo made that quarterback switch and Clemson came back. So you would think Syracuse is, due for a letdown, but I think with Notre Dame coming, I mean,
There's no letdown.
everybody gets up for Notre Dame. So Syracuse.
64% for Syracuse and 31% for Auburn. So, don't look too good. For Notre Dame.
No, sir.
Yeah,
no.
Notre Dame. It didn't matter if Notre Dame was 0-8. People would get up to play Notre Dame. The Fighting
Yeah,
Irish
they
came to
would.
town, and
Yeah.
And
Everybody loves them.
we took the boys up there for a game one time, and that's an incredible experience. I mean, just touchdown Jesus, the stadium, everything. It's you walk in the stadium. It's like walking back into time. I'll tell you, Notre Dame's great. South Bend is a dump. I mean, South Bend is not a great place.
Yeah.
But Notre Dame is. It's
Yeah, I
just
concur.
an awesome
I've been to a
experience.
game there too. Yeah.
And it's just an awesome experience. But yeah, I've got Syracuse also.
Yeah, give me Syracuse as well. They're a favorite to win big. The Irish have just been too inconsistent all year for my taste, so Syracuse.
Yeah, my good guy Al Ortiz went to Syracuse, so I gotta pick them for Al and Pops.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
I forgot about Al.
Yeah. So Al, rolling with you. Don't they play in that dome?
Carrier Dome.
Yeah,
Sure.
which is kind of like it's cool. I mean, that's a home field advantage. So let's go Syracuse Orange.
All right, so being a good Episcopalian, Catholic light, I'm going to have to go with Notre Dame.
Notre Dame.
I'm going to have to go with Notre Dame.
Kathy Light.
It'll be a good game. It'll be an old football 22 to 20
be a
game or
snoozer.
something. So anyway, it'll be a fun game to watch. Our last game we've got two Texas powerhouses that would probably give the Texas Longhorns and the A&M Fighting Aggies a run for their money. Both of them are 6-1 this year. We've got the Howard Payne Yellow Jackets at 6-1. They're up in Abilene visiting the Hardin Simmons Cowboys. Both teams are 6-1 and good football teams. MJ?
I have Howard Payne. We'll see. I mean, I think it's going to go for them, and we'll see. Beat them at home.
I have Howard Payne also, but my daddy played football at Hardin Simmons, and I'm an Abilene girl, and I really feel bad about picking Howard Payne. But that's what I picked. So, come on, Cowboys, beat them. I picked Howard Payne.
I'm going to take Hardin Simmons, and I can't wait to see what John Jay's percentages are on this.
There's probably no percentages.
With these two teams, I'm not too familiar with either or. So I'm going to go with Howard Payne.
What's the Abilene newspaper?
Abilene Reporter News.
Abilene Reporter. I bet you can call them and get some percentages. And they will tell us what they
But I bet
think.
the paper in Brownwood would probably be different.
Yeah, probably so. You look at some of the teams they've played and stuff. Both teams are good. I think Hardin Simmons has a really good ball club this year. They've got a good quarterback. I'm going to go with Hardin Simmons.
I'm going to go with Howard Payne in this one, just because they're 3-0 on the road.
There you go.
Jackets.
So Howard Payne, Brownwood, Texas, is one of my many kind of quasi hometowns.
Yeah, great place.
Grandfather's from Brownwood. My Aunt Ann was actually the dean of admissions at Howard Payne at one point. And but looking at football, boy, Hardin Simmons can score some points on you real fast. It looks like. I mean, these look like basketball scores. So I'm gonna have to go with the Cowboys on this one. Sorry, Aunt Ann.
So, I had quite a few alma maters. I attended a lot of colleges. And Howard Payne, I was there on the golf scholarship. Yeah. And I made a hole-in-one while I was trying out. I was playing with the coach, and the first hole-in-one I ever made. It was really a bad shot. But anyway, if I hadn't hit the hole, it'd still be going. Caught a little thin. So, I'm going to go with the horrible Payne. Howard Payne.
All right. That'll wrap up our college games for the week. Now this will get us to our high school games. The first high school game we have is a little bit local. We got the Hondo Owls. They are, I didn't write it down, but I think they're 3-5.
They're
3-4, 3-5. They're a 1-point favorite at the 6-1 Cotulla Cowboys.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Edwards?
I want to go with Cotulla at home here. So, home of Ismael Sosa, Cotulla,
That's
Texas.
This is one of those ones I was hoping and praying you were going to start on that side of the table. Because I lost all my coin. I have no coins. I can't flip it. But I've been back and forth on this all day. Man, with points scored, I think Hondo. I got to go Hondo. Cotulla lost to Lytle 6, or they won 6-0 last week. But Hondo beat Lytle 35-13. So what are we saying here? I don't know. There's no ESPN in Hondo or Cotulla, so I don't know what their injury reserve list looks like. But whatever. Let's go.
All right. Cool.
Or who?
Who do you got? Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys on this one. Just got a feeling home team, Cotulla.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Hondo Owls. I think both of these teams are pretty equally matched. You looked at some of the teams they played and stuff, but I think Cotulla's a little bit of. They're probably played a little bit above their head at 6-1. Hondo Owls.
Hondo and Cotulla.
It's making me that's my choice.
Hondo.
Yeah.
Tough choice here. I did see that 6-0 score last week. So just going off of that, I'm going to take Hondo.
I'm going with Cotulla.
Cotulla all the way.
Oh, what do you know? What do you know that we know?
Cotulla's second digit. Hondo's third.
I was to say that was quick. That either means y'all really know what's going on, or nobody has a clue. So they don't have anything to say. They're just okay.
Hey, Luigi's ain't coming any faster.
Oh darn!
That'll get us to the what's our next game? Yeah, we're back and forth all over. Next game is Floresville Tigers at 4-4. They're visiting the 3-5 Pleasanton Eagles. The Eagles are a 4-point favorite. Guess we'll go back down there to you, Mr. Edwards.
You know, hadn't Pleasanton lost every game they played at home this year? Or
Something like that.
By like a touchdown.
And what's Floresville's record?
They're 4-4, and Pleasanton's 3-5. They're very equal on common
Give me
opponents.
Flowerstown. Floresville.
Yeah, this is another one, and thank God that they have two neutral opponents. Because other than that, I mean, Pleasanton's kind of one of those Hondo teams. They win, you're excited about it, and then all of a sudden they get blown out of the building. So I'm gonna go with the El Tigres.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Floresville also. Tigers. Yep. So looks good.
Hey,
This is my Willie. This is my Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to ride Pleasanton to the ground because I picked them, and they keep. Because I've seen this quarterback play. He's a good player, but I pick them, and they beat me. But let's go one more time, Pleasanton.
One more time with feeling, huh?
Yeah.
Well, look at it this way. Last week, Lavernia beat Pleasanton.
Yeah.
And now Floresville is at Pleasanton. Let's go with Floresville.
I like that. I'm going to take Floresville.
Yeah. Floresville.
I remember when in high school, Floresville was our biggest opponent in tennis until we finally beat them my senior year for district. Oh, man, that was a good feeling. But since we beat them, I'll go ahead and pick them now.
No hard feelings.
No arguments.
There you go.
All right, that'll take us to our district leaders for 14-4A. The Bernie Greyhounds at 7-0. They're at Somerset Bulldogs at 6-1. Both teams are undefeated in district. Bernie is a 12-point favorite. They're still ranked number 4 in state.
I hear you knocking.
But you can't.
Thank you.
My favorite lady in Uvalde.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
One day the door's going to knock, and it's not going to be there. It's going to be somebody else that random.
Housekeeping.
All right, we'll get back to the high school game here. We got Bernie and Somerset. MJ?
I got to pick Bernie. I got family over there. Coach Alamillo, shout out to him. And, yeah, I believe in you, Bernie.
I'm going Somerset.
Ooh. Okay, this is my opportunity to catch up. Should be a fun game, but I'm taking Bernie.
Bernie Greyhound and Ricky's looking at you right now.
There it is. Yeah. You better be tuned in.
He said Bernie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Bernie too. I think they're definitely the number 4 team in the state, and luckily we don't have to play them again. So
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. Both teams are pretty equal. just demolishing everybody they play against. However, I'm gonna go with Somerset. I think Greyhounds are due for a loss.
God, why do you do that? Both of y'all, man, I thought this was gonna be my home run opportunity for the week. Just that they beat Memorial 70-0, and Bernie only beat them 35-0. And it's like, what is going on?
Only.
Well, so that ought to be a 35-point favorite.
Exactly. So it just blows your mind, but Mr. 8-0 Bernie.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go Somerset. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna pull the trigger on that one. I'm gonna go for it. I try to talk myself out of it all day, but
You'll thank us later.
Do you work?
Yes.
hey, I can
Flip a coin.
multitask. And I have my brain.
I've been
Okay?
thinking about this all day. You're multitasking, banking, and football predicting all at the same time.
It's all percentages. It's all.
Jeez.
All tied in.
A man can think about more things in one time.
Sometimes you don't have to lose, and I don't think Bernie's going to lose here. So I'm going with the Bernie Greyhounds or whatever they are.
No, yeah, these are the Greyhounds.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, you've got whatever they do. I hope they really wear Somerset out
Yeah,
and take them to
that'd be
like
real
5
good.
overtimes or something before next week. But
That's gonna be a close game.
yeah. So be a close game. And it was 5-3. So picks up here. So yeah, it's going to be a close game. It's basically for the district championship.
Yeah, and they're both fighting for it.
I guess technically Fredericksburg's still in it, but they do have the loss to Somerset, so they're probably hoping that Bernie wins this, and so they're in it for the next week. But this district championship going to be a close one. So, well, that'll bring us to our game of the week this week. We travel for the second time in Veterans Stadium over in San Antonio. We've got the 4-3 Uvalde Coyotes, a 15-point favorite against the 0-8 Memorial Minutemen.
Isn't that fun?
No.
To be them have a favorite?
MJ?
Coyotes all the way. Coyotes, we believe in you. You got this, boys. A loyal and true.
Yes, Coyotes. Show them how fantastic you are. Go Yotes.
Yep, I expect to win after coming off a loss. The score or the game was closer than the final score last week, I thought. And the main thing was the guys played hard all the way to the end. So let's get the win this week. Go Uvalde.
Go Coyotes all the way.
Yeah, we talk about teams being better than their record or worse than their record. I mean, Uvalde at 4-3. I mean, they definitely had their chances last week. I mean, that game was there. I mean, Fredericksburg was pretty tough interior wise, but the couple balls bounced the other way, and Uvalde's riding into the end. There were just a couple things that were right there, and that's kind of the case for Divine too. I mean, Divine was like that. So Uvalde really couldn't be, on the cusp of a really good season. So I mean, obviously I'm going to pick Uvalde, but Fredericksburg, Memorial. I think they only scored in 2 games this year. I expect I see our defense. They were pretty stout last week against Fredericksburg. Shut them out. Uvalde all the way.
0-8's hard.
That's a long season.
I know it's a long season.
Yes, ma'am. 0-8 is hard. However, don't underestimate your opponent.
Yeah.
Handle your business, and it's real simple. Win and you're in, guys. Go Coyotes.
Yep.
Absolutely. But I'm sorry to say, but it's going to be closer than you probably think it is, because when they're backed into the wall like that, they have nothing to lose and everything to play for, and they're playing spoiler right now, and then we've got injury issues on our side of the ball too, I think, and so I think the Coyotes are going to. It's going to be a good victory for them, but it's going to be closer than a lot of people think. This is not going to. They're not going to lay down for you. Nope. So, but Coyotes all the way.
Yeah, Coyotes all the way. Don't make it as exciting as that last time y'all played at that stadium. That was a little bit tough. That was the snap through the safety and big scrum at the end.
I think they're due for a relaxing game, relaxing on the players, on the coaches, and definitely on the fans. So, go Coyotes, go
And the bus
Coyotes.
drivers,
So,
don't forget that.
bring home a big W going into homecoming week next week. And once again, if you cannot make it over to the game, please watch the play or listen to the play-by-play on UvaldeRadio.net. I think I'm correct in saying they will be our guest pickers next week, so they will be with us live
Alan
next
Pops.
week. So now
me
really is
live.
your chance. Go listen to them this week. I think some people have had great times listening to them.
they're
So
blast.
please listen to the
good.
game if you cannot make the drive
Recommended by
over.
me and Enrique.
Yes.
And if they don't know now, they do.
All right. Well, let's.
All right. We'll
Always be loyal and true all through our school days, and when we are through, UValde High. Three cheers for you. Rah, rah, rah. We pledge our hearts and ourselves to you.
Go!
Come on down. Get out there.